everyone, my name is Lakshmi Sujit and I am a registered Yoga Alliance trainer and also a high school student. Today we're going to be doing some regular yoga on the floor here for our knees. So if you have any kind of knee pain, this would be a great yoga practice for you, but just keep in mind to really be cautious with your knees. It is a very delicate, sensitive spot that a lot of us can tend to develop issues over time. So make sure that you are taking care of this area when we are practicing today, meaning if you have or are sensing any kind of discomfort or pain, be sure to come out of the pose as soon as possible. Try not to push yourself into that pain area. If you're getting a good stretch, that is different than having discomfort or pain. So try to understand the difference and come out of it if you are feeling pain. And as a side note, we are going to need one thing today. We're going to need a prop that is a blanket, just for some support for our knees so we're not on the hard some of the time. So go ahead and grab that. We're going to need a blanket and also a yoga block. So this can be any kind of support that's tall. Another substitute might be a water bottle that you can just place your hand on. It's tall enough. So go ahead and grab just these two props and we'll be on our way to get started. Alright, so once we have these props, go ahead and move them out of the way, and we're going to start off on our backs, just doing a little mindfulness exercise. So go ahead and stretch out your legs and place your arms by your side, and we're just going to take a few cycles of breath here to really come back into our bodies, focusing on the present and letting go of the past and the future. So we're breathing in through our nose and then out through our mouth. Go ahead and take one more breath here. And then let's bend both our knees, and we're going to roll over to our right side. All the way up. And let's go ahead and sit. And now we are going to go into Dandasana position to do a couple of asanas here. And from here, we're going to go into a couple of asanas that will help us kind of warm up this entire leg region. So let's start off by bending both our knees. We can take our arms and place them behind us for some support. And we're going to extend the right leg out. And we're going to start off just by pointing the toes. So we're coming into plantar flexion right now. And pointing the toes, meaning bringing the toes away from our bodies here. So try to relax those shoulders. We're not hunching over. We're trying to extend our spine and make it as tall as possible. And then we'll release that and we'll go into dorsal flexion, which just means we're going to do the exact opposite, bringing our toes back towards our bodies, flexing our foot. Notice how this may make a difference in your right leg versus the pointed foot. Just just being aware, and then we'll relax, go ahead and shake out that leg, and then we'll bring that leg in, and we're gonna take out the left leg and do the exact same thing. So we'll start off with pointed toes, moving the toes away from us, coming into plantar flexion. And then we'll do the exact opposite, coming into dorsal flexion with our toes coming back towards our bodies. And then we'll release, and then let's go ahead and extend out both legs. And now we're gonna go into a forward fold here. So we're coming into Paschimottanasana, and remember to come in or fold over at your own pace. There's no competition, no goal here, just to really give yourself a nice stretch in your hamstrings. So keeping that in mind, coming down nice and slow. And then we'll come all the way up, nice and slow, and we'll relax. Next, we're gonna go ahead and come into Marichyasana. So we will extend out just our left leg, keeping our right leg bent. We're gonna go into a twist. So go ahead and bring your arms up, and then we're gonna twist, exhaling towards the right side of the room. So I'm just bringing my left arm to the outside of my right knee. So as you exhale, keep trying to twist, and then when you inhale, really extending your spine up towards the ceiling. And then inhaling will come all the way up. Exhaling will release. Let's go ahead and take the left leg in, right leg we're going to extend out now. And we'll inhale and do the exact same thing on the other side. Exhaling, we'll twist. This time, right arm is going to come to the outside of the left knee. And then we'll inhale to come up. Let's go ahead and release, and we'll relax. So our last pose for the evening is going to be flying table, and that's really just going to be to stretch out both legs and give our knees a good stretch as well. So we're going to grab our blanket for some support, and we will be just opening the blanket and placing it towards the kind of back half of our mat here. And this is where our knees are gonna go eventually. So go ahead and actually bring your knees on there right now, and we're gonna come into table. So bringing our hands and knees onto the floor. Knees are supported by the blanket. Let's go ahead and find a neutral space for our spine here, where we're not arched and we're not curved. We're right in the middle, preserving those natural lumbar curves we have in our spine. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our weight a little bit towards the left side, and that's just going to help us float the right leg back. And we're just extending that leg back, giving the entire leg a nice stretch. We're going to start with dorsal flexion here, flexing the foot, and then go ahead and now point the toe, really stretching it, seeing if you can move those toes back towards the back side of the room. And then we'll bring that leg in, and now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, and then exhaling, we're going to float the left leg now back. And we're trying not to really change our position. We're not shifting our hips in any way. Just the weight is going to be a little bit more off-center towards the right. All right, and now let's go into plantar flexion, pointing those toes, really elongating that left leg. And then we'll release. Let's go ahead and sit back. Let's move this blanket off to the side, and we're going to end our practice with a small Shavasana. So go ahead and come onto your back, extending out legs and arms. Palms are going to be facing up. Feet are going to flop out to the side. And we'll take deep breaths in and out for a couple of cycles of breath, really relaxing every physical part of your body. And then we'll start to move fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Let's bend a knee at a time. Roll over to the right side and come all the way up. Come into a seated position. We'll bring our hands to our chest. We'll bow our head. Namaste. All right, thank you.